The late 13th century was a time of great change in Anatolia. The region, which had been a melting pot of cultures and civilizations for centuries, was undergoing a significant transformation. The once dominant powers were waning, and new forces were emerging to fill the vacuum left behind. The Seljuk Sultanate of Rum, once a powerful empire that had controlled much of Anatolia, was crumbling under the weight of internal strife and external pressures. The Mongol invasions had further weakened the Sultanate, leading to its eventual disintegration. From its ashes rose smaller, independent Turkish states known as beyliks. These beyliks were often in conflict with each other, vying for power and territory. Despite their differences, they shared a common heritage and a desire to establish their own dominions. One of these beyliks was led by a charismatic and ambitious leader named Osman Gazi. Osman was not just a warrior. He was a visionary who saw the potential for a new unified state that could rise from the fragmented political landscape of Anatolia. Osman was born into the Kai tribe, a group of Oghuz Turks who had migrated westward from Central Asia. The Kai tribe was known for its martial prowess and its strong sense of community and loyalty. His father, Ertugrul, had established the foundations of the Ottoman Beylik in the region of Sogut. Ertugrul's leadership had laid the groundwork for what would become a powerful and enduring empire. Osman inherited his father's ambition and military prowess. From a young age he was trained in the arts of war and leadership, preparing him for the challenges that lay ahead. He quickly proved himself to be a skilled warrior and a shrewd strategist. His ability to inspire and lead his men in battle earned him the respect and loyalty of his followers. Under Osman's leadership, the Ottoman Beylik began to expand. He employed a combination of military might and diplomatic acumen to secure alliances and conquer new territories. He conquered neighboring Byzantine territories, taking advantage of the weakening grip of the once mighty empire. The Byzantine Empire, plagued by internal conflicts and external threats, was unable to mount a significant resistance against Osman's forces. Osman's victories attracted the attention of both his Turkish allies and his Byzantine enemies. His growing power and influence made him a key player in the region's political landscape. He was becoming a force to be reckoned with. The foundations laid by Osman Gazi would eventually lead to the rise of the Ottoman Empire, a state that would leave an indelible mark on history. The Byzantine Empire, once a vast and powerful realm stretching from North Africa to the Caucasus, was a shadow of its former self by the 13th century. This empire, which had once been a beacon of culture, military might, and economic prosperity, was now struggling to maintain its identity and influence. Centuries of internal strife, external threats, and economic decline had taken their toll. The once unified empire had been fragmented by civil wars and power struggles, weakening its ability to defend against external enemies. The Fourth Crusade in 1204 had dealt a particularly devastating blow, sacking Constantinople and fracturing the empire. This event not only caused immense physical destruction, but also shattered the morale of the Byzantine people. While the Byzantines had managed to regain control of their capital in 1261, they never fully recovered. The empire's infrastructure was in ruins, and its economy was in shambles, making it difficult to rebuild and fortify their defenses. Their territories were reduced, their resources depleted, and their armies weakened. The once mighty Byzantine military was now a mere shadow of its former self, struggling to defend the remaining territories. The rise of the Ottoman Beylik on their eastern frontier presented a new and dangerous threat. The Ottomans were not just another enemy, they were a rapidly expanding power with a formidable military force. The Byzantines, struggling for survival, underestimated the ambition and military skill of Osman Gazi. This underestimation would prove to be a critical mistake, as the Ottomans continued to grow in strength and territory, eventually leading to the fall of Constantinople in 1453. As Osman's power grew, so too did the concern of the Byzantines. The strategic town of Yenişehir, located near the strategically important city of Bursa, became a point of contention. Yenişehir controlled vital trade routes and served as a gateway to the Byzantine heartland. Skirmishes and raids between the Ottomans and Byzantines became increasingly common. Tensions escalated further when Osman laid siege to Nicaea, a major Byzantine city. The Byzantine Emperor Andronikos II Palaiologos, alarmed by the growing Ottoman threat, decided to take action. He assembled an army to confront Osman and relieve the siege of Nicaea. The two armies clashed near Yenişehir in 1302. The Byzantine army, though larger in size, was composed of a diverse and somewhat unreliable mix of troops. It included Byzantine soldiers, along with mercenaries from various regions. Osman's army, while smaller, was united, highly motivated, and experienced in the art of warfare on the Anatolian plains. Osman's soldiers were primarily light cavalry, skilled in hit-and-run tactics and archery. They were supported by infantry armed with swords, spears, and shields. The Battle of Yenişehir was a fierce and decisive encounter. The Byzantine army, burdened by their heavy armor and lack of cohesion, struggled to counter the swift and coordinated attacks of the Ottoman forces. Osman's cavalry, utilizing their superior mobility and archery skills, harassed the Byzantine flanks and disrupted their formations. Osman's strategic brilliance was evident in his use of the terrain and his understanding of his enemy's weaknesses. He lured the Byzantines into a trap, feigning retreat before launching a surprise counterattack. The Byzantine army, caught off guard and demoralized, crumbled under the onslaught. Their defeat was complete. Section 6. The Spoils of Victory, Consolidating Power. The victory at Yenişehir was a pivotal moment in the rise of the Ottoman Empire. It marked the beginning of the Ottoman dominance in Anatolia, and signaled the decline of Byzantine power in the region. The victory brought with it significant territorial gains and boosted Ottoman morale. Osman consolidated his power in the region, capturing key cities and fortresses. The victory also attracted new recruits to his banner, swelling the ranks of the Ottoman army. The spoils of war, including captured weapons, armor, and treasure, further enriched the Ottoman Beylik. Section 7. Legacy of Yenişehir, a foundation for empire. The Battle of Yenişehir was more than just a military victory. It was a symbolic triumph that resonated throughout the region. This battle marked a turning point, not only for the Ottomans but for the entire landscape of Anatolia. The strategic brilliance and sheer determination displayed by the Ottoman forces during this battle were unparalleled. It established the Ottomans as the dominant power in Anatolia, and set the stage for their future conquests. The victory at Yenişehir was a clear message to rival factions and neighboring territories. The Ottomans were a force to be reckoned with. This newfound dominance allowed them to consolidate their power and expand their influence further. The victory instilled a sense of confidence and destiny in the Ottoman ranks. The soldiers, buoyed by their success, believed in their divine right to rule and expand. This sense of purpose and destiny would drive them forward in their future campaigns, fueling their ambition and shaping their strategies. Osman's descendants would continue his legacy of expansion, eventually conquering Constantinople in 1453. This monumental achievement not only marked the end of the Byzantine Empire, but also solidified the Ottomans' place in history as one of the most formidable empires of the medieval world. And establishing a vast empire that would span 3 continents and last for over 6 centuries. The Ottoman Empire's reach extended from the heart of Europe to the deserts of Arabia, encompassing a diverse array of cultures, languages, and traditions. This vast expanse allowed for a rich exchange of ideas and innovations. The Ottoman Empire would leave an indelible mark on history, shaping the political, social, and cultural landscape of Southeastern Europe, Western Asia, and North Africa. Their architectural marvels, administrative systems, and cultural contributions continue to be studied and admired to this day, reflecting the enduring legacy of an empire that once stood at the crossroads of the world. Section 8. The Ottoman Empire, a lasting legacy. The Ottoman Empire, built on the foundations laid by Osman Gazi, would become one of the most influential and enduring empires in history. At its zenith, it stretched from the gates of Vienna to the Persian Gulf, encompassing a rich tapestry of cultures, languages, and religions. The Ottomans were known for their administrative efficiency, their military prowess, and their patronage of the arts and sciences. Their architectural marvels, such as the Süleymaniye Mosque and the Topkapi Palace, still stand as testaments to their grandeur. The legacy of the Ottoman Empire continues to shape the world today. Section 9. Remembering Yenişehir, a pivotal moment in history. The Battle of Yenişehir, though often overshadowed by later Ottoman triumphs, remains a pivotal moment in world history. It marked the beginning of the Ottoman Empire's rise to prominence and signaled the irreversible decline of the Byzantine Empire. The battle serves as a reminder of the unpredictable nature of history, and the profound impact that seemingly small events can have on the course of human events. The legacy of Yenişehir lives on, not just in the annals of history but in the identity and spirit of the Turkish nation.